YouTube is what one time I'm back on another video, man. And today, you feel me? I got a top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now. You feel me? As always, if y'all like this video, man, like, share, subscribe if you're new. And well, we'll start with number 10. But y'all already see the highlights already. Number 10, we got Ryan Tannehill, man. A little under 4,000 yards passing this year, 34 touchdowns. Um, yeah, man, just got addition. Julio Jones got added to the team and shit, so they should be doing good, man. His stats probably will be up because obviously he has the best running back in the league in his backfield. Two top AJ Brown is a top 10 receiver, but Julio's top 10 receiver, top 10 receiver and a top 15 receiver in his as his wideouts. So much more improvement. I expect probably like a 4,000 yard year. Uh, yeah, some people that got snubbed. Dak, Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, some niggas like that. Obviously, Drew Brees didn't make it because he's retired, but yeah. So from number 10, we got Ryan Tannehill, man. You feel me? On to number 9. At number 9, we got the offensive rookie of the year, Justin Herbert, man. Even though shit went to Jay Jettis, man, that's a different video, man, for a different day. But Justin Herbert, man, one of the bright spots definitely of the Chargers, besides maybe Keenan Allen, and obviously Eckler was hurt. But 4,300 yards, 31 touchdowns as a rookie, insane good numbers. I expect in the 17-year season he's probably going to get 4,700 yards, 35, 40 touchdowns. I expect a big year for Justin Herbert. I expect a big year for the Chargers as well. So, yeah, Justin Herbert is going to do very well with Keenan and all of them. So, very much an improvement. He's just better than Tannehill because, I mean, you got to think about it, he's doing a little bit more or less. That's when it comes to that, I just think of it like that. Like, he's better deep ball, all that. And with Tannehill, like, it seems like he's more of a product of the situation. Like, you can't really consider Justin Herbert the product of, like, the Chargers system. It's not really like, But Tannehill, you kind of, because you have Derrick Henry in the backfield, so a lot of play action and stuff like that. There wasn't, after Eckler went down, there wasn't much of a running attack or even running threat with the Chargers. I mean, Justin Jackson was cool, and just Joshua Kelly was cool, but they're not Melvin Gordon, and not Austin Eckler. So yeah, this is mostly just through the air, man. And the Chargers, I mean, hopefully they probably can make the playoffs because they lose the most contested games. They lose the most one possession games. It's like I'm pretty sure the stat. The last 2 years, they have the most one possession losses in the NFL easily. So yeah, expect the Chargers have a good year behind Justin Herbert, man. On to number 8. Let's go. At number 8, man, we got Kyler Murray. You feel me? About 4,000 passing yards, 800 rushing yards, man. A total of 37 touchdowns. One of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the league currently. So yeah, Kyler Murray is number 8 over Tannehill and Herbert for me. It's the extra that he has about 4,000 yards, so he can match him in passing yards, but the extra running ability just isn't there. You feel me? So yeah, I like Kyler number 8. I would like to see the deep ball improve a little bit. Probably a lot of it, to be honest. I'd like the deep ball to improve, but with DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, they should be pretty good. So, I mean, assuming DeAndre Hopkins plays, that whole thing with the COVID and vaccine and shit. So, yeah, they're going to figure that out, the Cardinals. But, yeah, the Cardinals should have definitely made the playoffs last year. Kyler's shoulder seems like what hindered them the whole second half of the year because they were, well, I remember after that Monday night game, they were 6-2, I want to say, and then the end of the season 8-8. That's just, it's disappointing to say the least. They definitely should have been a playoff team. Definitely would have been fun to see the Cardinals in the playoffs, but it's that's all good, man. We'll see next year. I expect Kyler to get around another probably 4,500 total yards, maybe 5,000 total yards. Maybe I think Kyler can get easily a 4,000 yard rushing, passing, and 1,000 yards rushing easily. So, and about 45 touchdowns, which would be an amazing year for him and probably vault him into the playoffs. But yeah, man. Without further ado, man, let's get into number 7. And then number 7, man, I said Mr. New Era, man, Action Jackson himself, Lamar Jackson, man. Former MVP last year, not this year. This year was Aaron Rodgers, or MVP last year, Lamar Jackson. A little bit of off year though. only 3,000 passing yards. I mean, he had 1,000 rush yards, so 34 total touchdowns, about 3,300 yards total. I don't want to say it's off here, but was nothing like his MVP year, man. Obviously, they're probably gonna bounce back. Um, yeah, there is gonna bounce back, but their passing attack has to get better because I feel like it's gonna be a consistent issue. I feel like they just get their passing attack a little bit better. Maybe a threat at a receiver position because I can't consider Hollywood Brown a receiving threat for real, for real. So I mean, yeah, you can't really consider Hollywood, and the running game is always gonna be fine. So we're gonna have to just see how that works out. But yeah, man, Ashton Jackson at number 7, and yeah, man, on to number 6. And at number 6, you feel me? We got Russell Wilson. This may seem a little controversial, you know what I'm saying? Having Russell Wilson this low, you might consider Russell Wilson to be a little bit higher, but I think Russell Wilson at 6, for the people I have ahead of him, I think it makes sense. Early in the year, he was looking like the clear MVP candidate, and then a couple of bad games, a 2 or 3 interception game against Arizona in a loss on Monday night or Sunday night. They lost to Colt McCoy and the Giants. They're bad. Then they lost bad to the Seahawks. It was another multi-turnover game. So he just had a very rough end to the season. So that's really what it is. And then obviously in the first game of the playoffs this year, in their playoff game against the Rams, he did do that pick 6, which pretty much seemed to be the difference in the game with that pick 6, because it was a defensive game that pick 6 just ended it all. And then ended it was obviously first, second quarter, but it like hypothetically ended it all. So yeah, man, Russell Wilson, man, number 6. He'll probably get definitely back in the top 5 next year. He's probably, if he stayed on pace, he probably would have been in the top 3, but definitely fell off second half of the year. We got to see though, former Super Bowl MVP. So no, excuse me, not a Super Bowl MVP. Excuse me, Super Bowl winner. I meant to say. But yeah, look at DK Metcalf, dumbass. All right, man, on to number 5. And number 5, man, we got Deshaun Watson, man, the NFL passing leader, man, with 4,823 yards. Dig, you feel me? Yeah, I just even though obviously he maybe didn't have a better year than Russell Wilson last year, you know what I'm saying? But it's just the fact that he's had such low help. Will Fuller was suspended half the year because the first half of the year it was just apparently he was on PEDs, and Brandon Cooks is just really Brandon Cooks and really not much else on that team. And maybe JJ Watt, only player in the Texans you could probably recognize for if you don't really watch football like that. So excuse the voice crack. But yeah, Deshaun Watson, NFL passing leader. Who knows? My nigga Mr. 22. If y'all know, y'all know. If you know, you know why we call Mr. 22. That's a different story for a different day, though. But yeah, man, we're gonna see if he plays next year. This organization just pretty much fucked him over. They pretty much just screwed Deshaun Watson over completely. Traded Jadeveon Clowney. I didn't think he even traded. I didn't think like Jadeveon Clowney walk. Traded Watt for close to nothing. I traded Tunsil, let Tunsil go and then trade some shit for Tunsil. So it's all types of bad. But yeah, Deshaun Watson, man, Mr. 22 himself. NFL passing leader, man, and yeah, he's number 5. On to number 4. And then number 4, man, we got Josh Allen, man, first team All Pro, 4,500 yards this year, 37 touchdowns. I mean, second in MVP voting, man. What more can you say about Josh Allen? You feel me? Addition to Diggs was a big leap. Also, Cole Beasley was also an All-Pro receiver as well. Having 2 All-Pro receivers, I mean, yeah, it does help. Cole Beasley, I think more Josh Allen's doing of him becoming a Pro Bowl of Josh Allen rather than Cole Beasley being Cole Beasley, if that makes sense. And maybe you could say the same for Diggs and Allen. Maybe Diggs made Josh Allen a Pro Bowl All-Pro quarterback. But regardless, Josh Allen, man, number 4, second MVP voting. My early pick for NFL MVP, if you ask me. Probably the MVP next year. And yeah, to be honest, I think he'll have 5,000 yards passing. 45 touchdowns, anywhere from 45 to 50 touchdowns. Bills will win 13 to 14 games and will be the representative of the AFC in the Super Bowl. That's all pretty bold takes, but hey man, that's how much I believe in Josh Allen to be that guy. So that's that for the do, man. Let's get to the top three though. And at number 3, man, we got Tom Brady. You feel me? Super Bowl champ, man. Put on for the city of Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? First year in Tampa Bay gets a chip. 4,600 yards, 40 plus touchdowns. Amazing year to be honest. Interception totals were kind of high for Brady. I think he had about 14. I want to say. I want to say he had about 14 interceptions, but I could be completely wrong about that. Let me see that real quick. Tom Brady had 12 interceptions, excuse me. But still, double-digit interceptions ain't the best. You want to keep it single digits. But that's just the Bruce Arians offense, man. They tend to do that. Any quarterback in the Bruce Arians, like, throwing the deep ball type scheme, just bound to happen. But probably going to be a lot better next year. We'll see if they can repeat. Probably still going to be the representatives of the NFC in the Super Bowl next year. We're going to have to see about that, though. But yeah, number 3 is Tom Brady, man. And yeah, after the 2, man, let's get to number 2. The GOAT. And at number 2, man, Josh Allen was second team All-Pro, my bad. First team All-Pro quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, MVP of the league with a 48 touchdown, 5 interception season, over 4,000 yards, close to 5,000 yards, almost a 10-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, which is actually ridiculous. But Aaron Rodgers is the highest TD interception ratio in NFL history. Top 5 quarterback of all time. First ballot Hall of Famer. One more to say about Aaron Rodgers, man. He's just like that, man. Probably not going to be in Green Bay next year because a lot of things. Jordan Love being drafted in the first round, kind of like disrespect. Because they're thinking about if they pick somebody. When you pick somebody in the first round in that person, you're a superstar, like a wide receiver, and you pick a wide receiver in the first round. Or, that's a bad example. Because you could put running back, better yet. In running back, say the Giants had Saquon, and they drafted a running back in the first round. That would be like saying, like, yeah, like, we don't believe Saquon can stay healthy, or we believe we're going to move on from Saquon the following year. That's like, you take that disrespect. Same thing with Aaron Rodgers, especially quarterback position, because quarterbacks, you can, like, you're on the field 24/7 on offense. So, yeah, you feel me? So, Aaron Rodgers, man, most likely not going to be in a Packers uniform next year, but you never know. We'll have to just wait and see, man. The season's about a little over a month away from now. A little bit, maybe a month and a half from now, probably the season starts. So, yeah, we're gonna see what Aaron Rodgers talking like. But yeah, man, I would gladly want to see the NFL MVP back in action again. But without further ado, man, let's get to the number 1 quarterback in the NFL right now. And number 1, we got Patrick Mahomes, man, the number 1 quarterback in the NFL. And if you ask me, the best total player in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes is a demon. 4,700 yards, 38 touchdowns. Kind of off year when you think about it, at least from the touchdown perspective. 4,700 yards it's really good, but 38 touchdowns a little low. At least 38 passing TDs. I mean, considering his MVP year, he had 50, and so. The Chiefs most likely will represent the AFC, but I think the Bills can knock them off this year. We'll have to wait and see. Chiefs obviously every year look dangerous. They're going to be a good 14 to 15 win team this year, most likely. It's all gonna we're gonna have to just wait and see. But yeah, man, we're gonna have to just wait and see how the Chiefs play the cards right. If they play the cards right, and if Mahomes plays his cards right, he probably will go down as the greatest NFL player of all time. Personal opinion. The greatest NFL player of all time resides in Tampa Bay currently, but if Mahomes can continue what he's doing, play how he's playing, and the Chiefs are mad fun to watch, so that's just respect. But he's gonna end up the greatest of all time. It's just they're gonna have to just upgrade the defense, which is really always gonna be their problem, bro. Always gonna be their even though you want to say Tyrann Mathieu, Chris Jones, blah blah blah, Snead. Oh my God, the defense is actually not that bad as it is. We all know, like, push comes to shove, when in a game against another high scoring offense, it's gonna be the defense. And usually, more teams around the league, the Bills have a better defense than them. The Bucks have a better defense than them. Even the Packers have a better defense than them. So if they face any of those three teams in the Super Bowl or conference championship or anything like that, even the Ravens. Well, the Ravens, I don't know. They seem to have Lamar's number, but they're gonna have to. The defense have to step up for sure. And the only team that seems to step up against is really just the Ravens. But that's gonna do it for the video, man. That was the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. As always, man, like, share, subscribe if you know. There's a video that should be popping up over your head already. Make sure to click on both of them, man. Make sure to subscribe to the channel too. And yeah, it's one more time, man. Is any video you want me to do? Any of the top 10s? Top 25 NFL players in the NFL is gonna drop, and the top 25 NBA players is gonna drop both sometime this week or sometime next week. No, today's Thursday. What day is it today, actually? Today is Thursday, yeah. So, sometime next week, both those videos are going to drop. Without further ado, man, that's going to do it for the video. It's your boy, One Time, man, and I'm out.